Welcome to This Explainer. Today we are jumping right into something we have literally all stressed over, how the wrong outfit can absolutely ruin your travel day. We're going to unpack some expert insights into how airport security systems actually work, and the harsh reality that your clothes, they are quite literally part of that security system.
You know the exact nightmare I'm talking about? We've all lived it, or at least watched someone else suffer through it. You pick out an outfit that looks incredibly efficient and stylish in your bedroom mirror, but the second you hit the checkpoint, it turns a breezy 10-minute line into a highly targeted pat-down, a full bag search, and a desperate, sweaty sprint to a closing gate. And look, if security delays you and that boarding door closes, the airlines are absolutely not going to care how good your belt looked.
All right, let's get into Section 1, dressing for the machine. And spoiler alert, it's not about style.
We really have to fundamentally change how we think about our travel wardrobes. You've got to completely strip away the idea of dressing for aesthetics at the airport, because you aren't dressing to fool a machine, and you definitely aren't dressing for style. You are dressing to make yourself as easy to clear as humanly possible. As the source material so perfectly puts it, the scanner is not judging your style, it's measuring uncertainty. TSA officers literally do not care about your fashion choices. All they see is a map of anomalies. Every single dense fold of fabric, hidden battery, microscopic residue, or unexplained piece of metal just gives the system another question that has to be resolved before you can move on.
Moving right along to Section 2, heavy metal and hardware. Let's talk about the cumulative effect. 3. That is the exact number of trays one single traveler at Heathrow Airport needed just to divest her studded jeans, chunky watches, and decorative zippers. Metal-loaded fashion like wide buckle belts, complicated jumpsuits, underwire bras, and steel-toe boots creates this massive cumulative effect. Now, individually, every single piece might be perfectly fine, but a metal detector doesn't stop to admire your outfit one accessory at a time, right? It just sees one giant, complicated map of metal. That traveler I mentioned, she cleared the detector fine, but then spent 5 agonizing minutes trying to put herself back together, like a small jewelry store, while all the bins just backed up behind her.
So here's the crucial takeaway. The checkpoint is not just a line, it is a conveyor system. When you wear cumulative metal that forces you to carefully undress and then completely redress on the other side, you become the absolute bottleneck in that conveyor system. Because every one of those alarms has to be resolved one by one, completely halting the flow of everyone behind you.
And that cumulative effect is exactly why one-piece dressing is a total trap. Instead of wearing some complicated overall or a jumpsuit with a bunch of metal clasps that basically guarantees an awkward pat-down, swap it out for a polished, matching two-piece set. One-piece dressing sounds so efficient right up until the machine alarms, because if an officer asks you to remove an outer layer, you suddenly realize your outer layer is also your pants. Plus, trying to manage a complicated jumpsuit zipper in a tiny aircraft bathroom during turbulence, total disaster waiting to happen.
And please, apply this exact same rule to your feet. Heavy steel-toe boots practically guarantee you're going to be stepping aside for additional screening. Instead of awkwardly unlacing and then relacing massive chunks of heavy steel while your travel companions leave you behind to go grab coffee, just wear simple slip-ons. Pack the heavy work boots securely in your checked luggage where they actually belong.
Okay, Section 3, bulky and flowing fabrics. This is all about trapped air and dense folds.
You might be wondering, why on earth does a soft skirt cause a pat-down? Well, soft, seemingly harmless clothes are actually checkpoint nightmares. Our source shares this hilarious story of a guy in Denver wearing this enormous, oversized hoodie. He had to empty his kangaroo pocket 3 separate times just to clear the scanner, pulling out phones, earbuds, and tissues like the pocket was performing a magic trick. Why does this happen? Standard lanes use advanced imaging technology designed to find anomalies under your clothing. The machine has no idea that the dense fabric folds at your hip or chest are just part of an elegant silhouette. It simply interprets trapped air and overlapping fabric as a red flag that an officer now has to physically resolve.
So, to avoid a highly targeted pat-down and the absolute misery of dragging your hem across a dirty airport floor, always swap those flowing maxi skirts for midi-length straight-leg pants. The source notes a traveler at O'Hare who wore a long pleated skirt, got marked by the scanner twice, received a really awkward pat-down, and then had to literally hold up her skirt with one hand while pulling her luggage with the other just to keep it out of spilled lattes on the concourse floor. Trust me, learn from her mistake. Keep it clean and simple with straight-leg pants.
Actually, before you even leave for the airport, try this simple at-home mirror test to make sure your outfit won't betray you. Stand in front of the mirror
and raise both arms, exactly the way the scanner requires. Does the outfit bunch up at the waist? Does it balloon around your legs? Then, sit down, cross your legs, and reach overhead as if you're loading a bin. If doing that reveals tight seams, hidden hardware, or means you're constantly adjusting yourself, leave it in the closet. It is for sure not a proper checkpoint outfit.
Which brings us to Section 4. Beware unseen red flags. We're talking batteries, residue, and slogans.
Sometimes an outfit might look completely, perfectly ordinary to you, but it introduces massive, virtually invisible variables at the checkpoint. For example, a USB-powered heated vest brings lithium batteries and wiring directly into the scanner. Wearing clothes straight from a shooting range, a fireworks show, or an industrial job site, that introduces microscopic explosive residues that those highly sensitive trace detectors are going to catch immediately. And wearing shirts with tactical or aggressive graphics, that simply forces officers to make unnecessary judgment calls in an already high-stress environment, which just delays everyone.
This really requires a total mindset shift if you want to travel efficiently. You've got to stop asking, is this allowed? Because honestly, almost everything we've discussed today is technically allowed. Instead, you need to ask yourself, how many explanations is this outfit going to require? The most experienced travelers out there aim to wear simple layers that require absolutely zero explanations. You definitely don't want an outfit that turns a standard 10-second scan into a stressful conversation with a federal officer.
Section 5. Stop wearing your luggage. Welcome to the storage trap.
Look, please do not try to dodge a baggage fee by turning your body into an extra carry-on bag with cargo pants and fully loaded fishing vests. When security says empty pockets, they mean entirely empty, not a chaotic scavenger hunt for the TSA officer. Stuffing 12 different pockets with phones, receipts, coins, forgotten earbuds, and passports creates absolute chaos. It slows down the scan, and honestly, it creates a total nightmare at the reclaim area. When fast passengers merge with slow ones, all those scattered tiny objects just easily slide out of the bins and disappear beneath the conveyor belt forever.
Finally, Section 6, the perfect travel uniform, where boring is beautiful.
To execute what the source calls a clean pass, you have to prepare before you even reach the bins. Literally 30 feet before the security checkpoint, take off your watch, your coins, your phone, and zip all that metal into a secure compartment inside your personal item. Keep only your ID and your boarding pass in your hand. Trays are where watches and dignity disappear, okay? You want to step into that scanner wearing your clothes and absolutely nothing else.
To guarantee that clean pass, the ultimate rule is brilliantly simple. The perfect travel uniform is remarkably boring. You want a breathable base layer, a light jacket that comes off in one easy motion, entirely empty pockets, minimal metal, and uncomplicated slip-on shoes. Now, it might not win you a fashion show, but boring clears security beautifully every single time, keeping your trip entirely on schedule.
So I'm going to leave you with this to think about. Look back on your own travel disasters. Was it the heavy boots, a complicated belt, or some mystery pocket that caused your delay? And more importantly, how are you going to adapt your wardrobe for your next flight to make it perfectly, efficiently boring? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and safe travels.